What's up, dudes? My name is Nick. Welcome back for another video on my channel, where it's going to be a little bit, I guess it's a news video, whatever, and we're going to be talking, of course, about the MTV Video Music Awards. I ended up seeing a tweet on Twitter that provoked some thoughts, that made me look at it, that made me have some thoughts, and I wanted to share them and see what you guys thought. First off, the tweet that I was sort of specific that I saw was about the fact that the Video Music Awards, or was bringing up the fact that the Video Music Awards and I guess at least one other award show so far this year has created a brand new category specifically for K-pop. And I thought that was pretty interesting, and it provoked some sort of thoughts. I mean, the insinuation with the tweet really was that, you know, these shows were creating a new category for K-pop because that's where BTS fits in, and that's where they would put BTS, which is where the VMAs have put them, and would keep them away from, you know, the groups and the artists that would be nominated in like the best pop category, specifically, you know, referencing the VMAs here. Which I think is an interesting point, but I don't necessarily think that it's because they don't want BTS to beat these people. I think it's a little bit more of a business decision, to be completely honest. The whole point, the whole idea that BTS would beat a lot of these, well, probably all of these other artists for whatever category they're nominated for, I think is definitely a valid point, because K-pop fans are very, very dedicated and very organized, and they do organized voting campaigns for awards and stuff like that all the time, because that's what they do for music shows, like 2-3 times a year. K-pop fans have lots of practice. They're very dedicated. They're very passionate. It's a part of the culture of being part of a, you know, fandom, like actually saying that you're like an army or whatever you want to call yourself. So the claim that like BTS would beat anybody else, I think is very valid. And, you know, I think maybe that kind of does play a part of it. And I'm not going to say that it doesn't, but I think really the bigger factor to why a K-pop category was specifically created is twofold. There's two reasons, I think. Maybe the third one is because they want to keep BTS. They don't want BTS to win, you know, best pop. That's definitely a possibility. But two other things that I think people don't really think about as K-pop fans is, one, the fact that K-pop as a whole is really, really popular among a pretty, you know, large segment of the music listening population that, well, most of the other people who are nominated at the VMAs in particular probably don't reach. You know, they probably aren't. K-pop is very popular with teenagers and people who are my age or younger, mid-20s, 30s or younger. So having a complete K-pop category really kind of shows that K-pop is actually something that is really, really popular, and they're making up a growing segment of the, you know, number of people that consume music in the United States in particular, or just, you know, worldwide. K-pop is a significant force in the music industry worldwide, or the music marketplace, I guess, worldwide. And so the creation of specific K-pop categories, I think, is a pretty, you know, strong indicator of that. And the reason for that is because, well, maybe the reason why they need a K-pop category specifically is because there's more than one group that is actually having a, you know, sizable success in the United States. Because with Blackpink being nominated for the VMA, they're pretty popular in the US. They've made, you know, magazine covers and stuff like that. I've seen them on magazines at Barnes & Noble, at the bookstore. That's pretty significant. Monsta X, they're a pretty popular boy group. They, you know, they play, I think they're playing Staples Center the week before KCON or something like that. I might be wrong about that. TXT, related to BTS, they're popular obviously in the US because armies are going to support their brother group to BTS. NCT 127, they're popular in the US too. I believe they were on, I don't remember what the late show was, but, you know, they've got a little bit of attention also. And EXO is EXO. They're popular worldwide, and, you know, they have got a pretty sizable marketplace in the US. Although, side note, I suspect that probably a reason why EXO might have been nominated for Best K-pop for this year's VMAs is probably to do with the fandom's rivalry with armies. EXO-Ls and armies don't really like each other very much, because they're both like super popular, and as far as K-pop, and they're very, very diehard fans. When it comes down, when you get to like the core of those fandoms, they are very crazy. So that might be a little bit of the reason, and and that, me saying that, kind of does roll into the other reason why I think that there's a K-pop category too. I suspect that there potentially is a K-pop category, and that specifically has to do with just being a business decision for these award shows, because having 6 K-pop groups, or the fandoms from 6 K-pop groups specifically, paying attention to your award show is going to generate a lot of good things for you. Lots of attention, right? Because all of these people are going to be paying attention to the awards. They're going to be tuning in to watch on TV if they possibly can, or they'll find a way to watch it somehow. And as BTS has proven with the Billboard Music Awards, the Grammys, whatever other music awards they've been to, that the fans, if they have the possibility, or if they have the ability to do so, they will attend. Even if the group's not performing, they will attend just to see the group, just to be there to support the group if they win an award or if they don't. And that's pretty significant because they're selling tickets. That's actual dollar revenue that MTV is making off of this award show, off of K-pop fans going to support their group. So that's a significant thing too. So bringing 6 groups together, 6 fandoms together to just fight over fan voting, which is going to be very, very intense, is going to be heated, for this, is good for the business metrics. The just people paying attention and watching on TV, it's probably going to boost their viewership ratings, probably a pretty significant amount, I suspect. And then of course there's going to be K-pop fans in attendance. They're going to want to be in attendance, and maybe they're going to sell out because of that. Maybe they won't. Who I don't really know, but it just is a thing that bringing in K-pop fans, they're very dedicated. They're very willing to spend their money, and that's exactly what they're going to do. So, those are the 2 reasons I don't think people I suspect that people don't necessarily give too much thought to, as to why a K-pop specific category has been created for the VMAs and other music show awards. Because, like I said, just to, in brief, because K-pop is very popular these days, and it is actually something that generates a lot of attention and that on the actual music show or music award. So those are my thoughts. Just some, it's crazy how a tweet can just provoke a 15-minute long video on the Video Music Awards. But that's what I got. So I want to know what you guys think about this, your thoughts to the whole discussion or to the whole idea of why the VMAs in particular, or other groups, other awards shows, have created a K-pop category specifically, what your predictions are for where BTS, who's going to win what categories, BTS specifically, the K-pop category too, and just general thoughts, I guess, on the whole award thing. Anyway, so that's it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all coming up in a video very, very soon.